Hello, 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 how is everybody? This is John Mason. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, and that is a time we pay our respects to all the women in our lives, our mothers, and our wives, and our girlfriends, and our sisters, and every other woman we come across. Happy Mother's Day, ladies. And if we want the best for the women in our lives, we must protect their reproductive rights. There are all these states going around that places the most onerous restrictions on abortions. Like, you can only have an abortion after so many weeks before you even know, the woman even knows that there's a fetus inside of her. And you remembered Katie Britt, the senator from Arkansas, who had this very bad case of ham acting after Biden's State of the Union address. Is that the best the Republicans can do? Well, anyway, she has this bright idea of a database. She's proposing this bill that would establish a database for all women who are pregnant. Hi, hello, John Mason. How is everybody? Hope you're well. Well, tariffs are back as a topic of conversation. Trump, that guy, is back to talking about tariffs as a way to boost the economy. Republicans have always used them as a cure-all for the economy. Build up a high tariff wall so that imported goods don't hardly ever get in, and so as to develop our domestic manufacturing base. Now, this goes back to an earlier time in the nation's history. That's when capitalism was just developing in this country during the Gilded Age, after the Civil War. And of course, there's also a time of nativism and fear of foreigners, and Trump is just like that. Trump goes back to that America First system. Make America great again and all, with his phobia for immigrants and anything foreign. As he describes it, off and on, it goes from, the tariffs would be, in general, 10% to 20%, 60% on products from China, and 100% to 200% in some cases. I mean, that is, every economist will tell you that is a recipe for disaster, because trade is a weapon. Foreign countries can also have a tariff on our products. And that's been, like I said, it's been a Republican go-to strategy for economic development, tariffs. And during the Depression, when the Depression started up, the Great Crash of 1929, the Smoot-Hawley tariff law was enacted in 1930, designed to protect the economy, to rebuild the economy, and that just made the Depression worse. I believe in so tariffs aren't always a cure-all. I believe in protecting American jobs. That includes protecting American manufacturing. And the only reason American manufacturing is down is because these corporations have gone outside the country, have their products manufactured, then transfer it back into this country so as the way to avoid being supervised by unions or government or anybody or the people in general. So that really is the root of America's economic problems. I, I don't believe that in tariffs as rhetoric. I mean, this is all Trump's rhetoric about America first. And rhetoric doesn't make for policy. There has to be, I believe, in a good, solid trade policy, mutually agreed upon by both sides. And free trade, I do not believe in. The day of free trade is over. Free trade is over. Only the other people that benefit are the already powerful trillion-dollar corporations wanting to dump their products in some other countries to some smaller third world country, some impoverished country, which if they have the American products dumped on them, they won't be able to develop their own manufacturing or agriculture. Fair trade, that's what I believe in. But it has to be fair to the workers who work the factories, to the small farmers who grow the products for export, like in certain countries, bananas, oil, coffee. It has to be beneficial to them too. And consumers. Those three sectors have to benefit from trade policy. Otherwise, it's no good. The economy doesn't benefit. If these people in the lower run of the economy are compensated for their part in the economy, then they begin to purchase their products from local manufacturers, local vendors, local merchants. And just like culture, the economy grows from the bottom up, not the top down. And now I just gotta say something about this recent rally that Trump attended, sponsored by Turning Point Action, Charlie Kirk's group, and a freak show, and Tucker Carlson, who was too crazy even for Fox News, talked about the country like it was a naughty little girl, and Daddy comes home and threatens her with a vigorous spanking. First off, what the hell's on his mind? And second of all, that's what a lot of authoritarians minded people are looking for. They want a daddy figure who will keep the unruly children, except themselves, in their place. For some of the white supremacists and white Christian nationalists, it's people of color and minority religions like mine, and LGBTQ people who have the audacity to have pride in themselves and pride in their love. That's how dictators come off as father figures who just want to protect their children from the evil enemy, or whatever form that enemy takes. But if Trump gets back in, he's going to have Putin and Viktor Orban, Xi Jinping as his role models. And I do believe General John Kelly, his own chief of staff, when he says that Trump said that Hitler did some great things, and he wanted his generals, as he called them, to be just like Hitler's. First of all, Donnie, I know I'm sure you know perfectly well the kind of guy that Hitler was. Anti-Semitic, hated Jews, killed millions and millions of people for his own twisted game. But you already know that. And you don't care about anybody but yourself. Just like old Adolf. And they weren't your generals, Donnie Wani. They're America's generals. So, commanding America's soldiers. They're not your soldiers. They're not your Marines. They're not your airmen. They're not your seamen. They're America's service people. And the generals commanding them are America's generals, not yours. That's what a lot of dictators do. They associate the country with themselves and vice versa. But we got a fighting chance. November 5th. I'm going to keep rattling it off. November 5th, get yourselves out to the voting booth and vote. Vote, 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 vote. I've already submitted my mail-in ballot. I voted for Kamala Harris for president, Tim Walz for vice president, Bob Casey for senator, Eugene DePasquale for a solicitor, for a state treasurer, and for Auditor General Malcolm Kenyatta. I approve this message. Thank you very much. November 5th. Get out there and vote. Okay. Now the fun part, advertisements. All this work I do, this podcast, the YouTube channel, the blog, all I do is work. I need to be compensated for my work. It's not a hobby. It's serious work. I take it very seriously. Therefore, I ask of you to get on my website, johnomason.com, and click on either the Buy Me a Coffee button or the PayPal button, and give what you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Because you're the only people I want to be answerable to. And now, my novel Soldier of the Cross is available on Amazon.com. It's the story of David Lucas, who, as a young man in the early 60s, is a drunk and a whore chaser and a school bully, gets in trouble in the army. He comes out of it a born-again, fanatical Christian, wanting to be a fanatical, manly man for Jesus. But how he goes about it leads him into disaster. Please pick it up. Soldier of the Cross on Amazon.com. And also my beloved career and business coach, Michelle Snow. Michelle is excellent in helping you develop your professional career or small business. Let you know what you're doing right, where you need work, and help you network with other up-and-coming entrepreneurs and professionals. Please look her up. growwithsnow.com. And also, Hemperific is a lovely little CBD product store located on Snyder Avenue near 15th Street in South Philadelphia. There you'll find some of the finest cannabis-infused products. Gummies and candies and flour and teas and drinks, and lip balm and hand sanitizer and dog treats. Look them up, please. HemperificLLC.com. Righty then. That's the job we have before us. And this is serious business. We are in serious times in this country. Dangerous times. An actual total fascist is running for president. And he's got the playbook, Project 2025, to go by, to be a dictator. And he's not going to stop on day one. If he can get And when he finishes with the ideas of Project 2025, he'll get even worse. So, let's stop it now. Get out there November 5th and vote. Thanks. Shabbat Shalom. Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.